my father taught me something that I'll never forget. We lived in New Hamburg. We lived there, and the Howie Meekers lived next door to us. Well, Howie Meeker was a pretty good friend of mine. He was older than me. But anyway, my dad loved fruit trees, and he had, I'll bet you, we had large lots there, but we had a fence around each lot. Everybody had a fence around it. And he had plum trees. And here, the trees were so laden with plums. I've never seen this before. He had to prop them up with 2x4s or the branches would have broken off. So one night we heard a commotion, and my dad didn't go out to see what was going on, but the next morning we saw that the Meekers had climbed over the fence and had literally pulled the branches off the trees to collect these plums. They could have done that by just stripping the plums off the branches, but they wrecked about 12 trees. And he just about cried. So he came to me, he says, now I've got two options here. He said, the one option is to call the police. And then we're in trouble with our neighbors, and we'll never be right with them again. But he says, I have another option. He went to Mrs. Meeker, and he said, look, I think your boys really like plums. Would you mind if I came over to your property and planted some plum trees over there, and I will spray those trees over there at the same time that I spray mine? So that's what happened. The plum trees all grew well, and they grew fast. He sprayed them, and before long they had as many plums over there as what we had over on our side. So we talk about peace and reconciliation, yeah. I said, my father taught me a better lesson there than I'd ever learned at university. This is the way to go. And the Meekers were always our friends, and we always carried on as if nothing had ever happened. So I think that's a good story.